Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a first impression of the new COVERGIRL Vitalist Elixir Foundation with an SPF of 20. The only thing I know about it is that it's supposed to be a full coverage foundation. What hooked me was that it's from the drugstore, and I was like, okay, I gotta try this. On the back of the bottle, it says it's a lightweight, full coverage makeup that hydrates and includes an SPF of 20, and it is an oil-free product, which for me is important because I do have more of an oilier skin type, and I do have pore concerns, so I always try to look for oil-free products to kind of help with that situation. There are 14 different shades to choose from. I actually bought 2 because hardest thing for me is always trying to find my perfect shade. I bought 645 warm beige and 655 soft honey. I will say that when I was picking these up, which was at Walmart by the way, the price was $13.97. Remember, that is Canadian dollars. I thought that was a little steep for COVERGIRL. I'm used to like them being one of the more inexpensive ones from the drugstore, but anyways, I was saying that I did find that there were a lot of more yellow tone foundations, which works perfectly for me because obviously I'm more yellow toned. Can we just talk about the bottle too though? 30 ml bottle, standard glass with a pump, pretty fantastic. I'm gonna try a little bit of this on, oh man, that one actually looks a little bit dark. So I can imagine the 655 would be way too dark. But I think that actually works though. I think I'm just gonna go ahead with the 645. This one's probably gonna be way too dark for me. I took 1 full pump this time, and the consistency of it just from putting it on with my finger so far is actually really smooth. Like, look at that, so smooth. It does have a fragrance, so if you're not crazy about fragrances, you probably won't like this. I'm gonna use a beauty sponge. This is the SLMissGlam beauty sponge, a clean one because I wanted to look right for this video. And I'm just gonna use that to blend it into the skin. And now that I'm looking at it, I do wanna say it's definitely more on the sheer, more medium coverage side. When I first applied it, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more coverage, but again, that's only 1 layer, so I will do another layer on top. While this side is setting, I'm gonna take 1 full pump and apply that to the other side, and this time I'm gonna use a brush to blend it in. It looks to me like you get more coverage when using a brush because I'm stippling it on and you see less of the freckles that I have on my cheeks on this side versus this side where you can totally see them coming out right here. And again, I'm gonna use the sponge on this side. Wow. I'm just kind of mesmerized with how smooth it looks on the skin. Definitely added more coverage, though I can still see some of the freckles on my cheek, which is how I usually gauge foundations, but everything else looks pretty flawless. So if you don't have any pigmentation or freckling like I do, I feel like you're gonna think this is more of a full coverage foundation. Definitely more coverage when you use a brush. Again, I think it's the stippling motion. You're just able to pack the product on there. Looking at this side versus this side, hopefully you guys can see it too, but this side definitely looks like it is more full coverage. It feels a little bit rich on the skin, so I just wanna give it like a minute, maybe 2 minutes to absorb while I do some concealer, even though it feels like that's too much product on the skin. I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape in medium, and now I'm just using a little bit of the Mercier Secret Brightening Powder to set underneath the eye with my damp beauty sponge. And for the rest of the face, I'm gonna use the other Mercier powder that I like to use. This is the Translucent. And I'm just gonna kind of dab that on. Time check, it is currently 1:29 in the afternoon. I think right now though, I'm just gonna do a little bit more makeup to just kind of even things out a little bit. I'm just so used to wearing more of a sheer foundation that this is like day and night for me right now. I feel like I should be getting ready to go to the club because I have that much coverage. I'm looking at my full face now and it definitely looks pretty made up, but I feel like that's kind of the point if you're going more for that full coverage look and you want flawless looking skin, which I kind of think this looks like right now. And it did wear really well with the rest of my makeup. Like, you know when you're applying bronzer and blush and you can tell that the foundation is kind of becoming more sheer underneath and just kind of wearing off a little? That didn't happen with this. My skin is looking super smooth, although it is kind of sitting in my fine lines. I'm gonna continue wearing this for the rest of the day. I will check back a little later with my pros and cons and what I overall think about this product. All right. 6:30 31. It's definitely not as late as I wanted to do this follow-up, but I just remembered I'm working with natural light, so if I film this too late, you won't even be able to see the end result anyways. And to be honest, I don't even think I have to wait until like 9 or 10 to give you my final thoughts, because it looks pretty darn good. I really like it. I haven't touched it up whatsoever, and I still think it looks pretty similar to when I first applied it. The oils are definitely starting to come through, but I'm not greasy, like I'm not an oil slick, which I really think is quite impressive. And coverage wise, I still got it. I noticed a little bit of redness peeking through on my chin and around my nose. I think I know I was picking at this, not knowing, until I finally realized, oh shoot, you're picking at your skin, and then I stopped. But that's where the foundation kind of wore off a little bit. Now, one thing that I'm pretty aware of is how kind of lifeless it looks in my fine lines and expressions. Like it just kind of looks like it just sucked the life out of the skin. It's a little bit more dry, a little bit more obvious. But like I said, that usually happens to me with pretty much every foundation. It's called aging, but I don't notice it as much when I wear more of a medium or sheer foundation. I think this is something that I would like to wear to like more of an evening out or an event where I want my skin to look really flawless. I would recommend this to somebody that, again, wants that full coverage look, but I still think that if you are somebody who likes more of a sheer to medium coverage, you could totally get away with using this, because you saw when I only did that one layer, it did look pretty natural looking, still flawless, but you could still see your skin peeking through. So again, if you don't have freckles, you don't have acne scarring, you don't have pigmentation, you could totally get away with doing more of that sheer, more medium, if that's your preference. I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Be sure to subscribe. I post new videos here every week. And you guys can also check out my vlog channel. I'm gonna leave a link right here. Click this box, it will take you over to Life with Trina. Subscribe over there too, watch some of the videos. And until next time, I will talk to you all real soon.